Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to talk about how the new supply knows about you, and the narcissist karma. The new supply knows about you and the narcissist karma. So I want people to understand, because I spent a lot of time, just in disbelief, right? You look at narcissists all around you, you look at narcissists that are married, who get divorced, who built their lives up, who make sure they make more money in order to leave and move on to the next supply. And you're just like, these people are not getting their karma, you believe that they're not getting their karma. And it looks that way. Some of them, they get older. Sometimes the women in their life are the ones who become the breadwinners. And now they can't cheat. They can't get that new supply like they once did. And because of that, they're always angry. They're always mad. This is where you see those married couples who just you don't really see them be affectionate towards one another. The husband doesn't want to involve himself. He's not a family man. It looks like he's a family man because he's on the pictures, but he's not really spending quality time. He's not emotionally invested in his children. Then you have those who are very charismatic. And now the woman is made to look like she's crazy. She's the problem in the relationship. And then, everything is calculated for the kids to be connected to the father. And a lot of times, these narcissistic men that do this, they do this for financial gain. They do this so that they won't have to pay child support. They do this so that they can have their family once they move on to the next source of supply. But either way it goes, they'll get their karma because they usually will start a new family, or they'll start treating, if that new supply has children, and most of the time if they're older supplies, they're gonna get with women who either have children already, who might be adults or might be a little bit older, or they're gonna get with someone who doesn't have children but they're older, and they're gonna make sure that they have a child with that person, or they're gonna attempt to have a child with that person, and then they're gonna treat that child better than their children, or they're going to devalue that person, and while they're devaluing that person, they're going to use their children to make them feel better. They're going to use their children to triangulate the new source of supply in her child. So either way it goes, they get their karma in many different ways. Some of them end up homeless, on drugs. Some of them end up not necessarily suicidal, because the narcissist does not, they wish that they could die, because they feel like they're living in hell, but they don't have the guts to actually, eliminate themselves. They don't have the guts for that. So this is why they live vicariously through others. And then on top of that, they self-sabotage everyone, including themselves, and they act like they don't care. They act like, who cares what I did? Because they're living recklessly on purpose. They're like, if it gets to the point where if you figure them out, they're acting like they want to kill you, but really they just want you to kill them. This is why supplies get to the point where they lose self-control, and sometimes they'll do these acts because, excuse me, you guys, because I am driving right now. Yep, I am driving and there's a lot going on. And I need my, okay, so, yeah, so a lot of them, you know, they want to destroy you, but really they want you to destroy them. It's like really sick and twisted because you're not in it to destroy anyone. You love this person, you know. But usually what happens is the empath ends up getting destroyed, and you're the one that's suffering physically. You're getting illnesses. You're losing money. You're stressed all the time. You're never in a good mood anymore. You're not your happy-go-lucky self anymore. You give up on what you used to believe you had with this person, you know. And what people don't understand about relationships is that relationships, first of all, take a lot of work. A lot of relationships aren't perfect. A lot of people come into relationships lying, carrying on, you know, baggage and all this bad luck. And they're not exposing any of that. So that's how you already know from the jump, you know, it's not healthy. You know, they'll blame you for not being happy and so forth. And this is just the person that's looking out for themselves, but it's very lonely because now you're burning bridges. So it might seem like they're getting away with it at the moment because even your children can turn on you, right? But eventually, guess what? Your kids get older and they start to see the bullshit for themselves. So everything comes back. It just doesn't come back when you expect it to come back. But this is what I wanted to say about the new supply before I end this video, because this is really ghetto. I'm like recording and I'm not, you know, doing what I typically do. But the reason, oh dang, I should have went to the bank over there. Anyway, the reason it's not going to work out with the new supply is because the new supply knew from the start that the narcissist was with someone else. And I'm gonna be real. A lot of people that got with the narcissist, they knew the narcissist was up to something. There was a point in time in your relationship where something didn't add up. Like they were disappearing, they weren't answering their phone, they were acting real funny with you. Something didn't add up, and you felt the presence of another woman. You might have even seen her. She might have took off when you came in. There might have been objects left behind. They might have been talking to you about their homegirl, and it was really the person that they were with prior to you. They could have told you that, you know, they ended their relationship with the mother of their children, that they haven't been together. And then, but you know that their child is pretty young. They might have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old. And you might think nothing of it. You might think, oh, it's been 3 years. That kid is 3 years old. The narcissist, once you know what a narcissist is, you'll know they don't leave you alone easily, especially if you have children. And that's a very young age for them not to be involved. You know, I could understand your kids are 15, they're older, but 3 years old, 2 years old, you better believe that narcissist is still coming in and out. They're still doing something. They know that they have that person on lock, but most women will ignore that. Oh, he has children. Oh, he's not with her anymore. He says that he's not with her anymore. So they roll with that. But once you go through narcissist abuse, you're not going for that when you meet men. You already know you have to question the fact that they have a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, you know, or you have to question that they lied about how many children they had. Oh, I just said that because I didn't want to scare you off. Like, and you feel like they're doing you a favor by telling you the truth after they lied and you basically caught them. They didn't have a choice but to tell the truth, you know? Or sometimes they tell you the truth, like they're victims. Like, oh, I didn't know she had a baby. I didn't know. So as someone who becomes old supply, there were signs there. You might have been young and naive. You might have just chosen to ignore the fact. You might have felt like, well, hey, a man is going to be with whoever he wants to be, and he's going to have to choose between me and whoever I know he has somebody there. I just don't know who it is. But he's going to have to choose between me and this person. You almost give them a choice, because you might even ignore the narcissist. You might even say, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with you. Don't call me no more. And then a month later, they're contacting you and they're like, I'm willing to be 100 with you now. And you fall for it. You gave them time to make that choice. You told them, hey, I'm willing to go all the way in with you, but you have to put me first. They were looking for someone to go all the way in with to begin with, because they don't want to be all the way in taking care of their responsibilities. They would rather be with someone that is going to be less stressful for them. They just wanted you to give them that confirmation. So you better believe that the new supply got several hints that person, that narcissist was with you. Just like you got certain hints. Some of these new supplies, they even know about you. They know your name. They know a lot of information about you. Sometimes they were the narcissist's friend. The narcissist claimed, this is my homegirl. But guess what? Now your homegirl thinks it's okay, to slide in because of the lies you're telling her. And she probably secretly feels like he's probably lying, but she's still going to go along with it because she's lonely. And the narcissist knows that. That's why he picked her as his homegirl, because she's a lonely homegirl. She's just looking for friends, So it just gets to the point where this person is going to know about you. Some of these new supplies, they're crazy. Like the one I dealt with, I never confronted her face to face, but she broke my car window, and I'm wondering why someone broke my car window but didn't steal anything. And the narcissist was looking at me stupid, like he didn't know what happened. He thought, maybe a crackhead did it. And he saw me get into an altercation with a crackhead that was by my car. And I'm sitting here blaming the crackhead. And the whole time, it was most likely that new supply who broke my car window. So the new supply, because they've been messing with the narcissist usually a couple months, even a year. Trust me, they're so dumb. They're thinking, I'm taking things slow with the narcissist. This person's taking me out on dates. I'm taking things slow. I'm not gonna have sex with them right away. And the narcissist is like, cool, bitch. You want to be classy and give me the 3-month rule and wait to have sex with me, and you want to wait. You want to be classy. Go ahead, ho. That's how the narcissist is viewing it. They're like, that's better for me because I don't have to be all the way there with you while I'm still with the person that I'm with. So by the time that the new supply invests all her energy into the new, and she starts getting attached to the narcissist differently, because now she's having sex with him and now she wants to have sex with him all the time, she gets stigmatized. So the truth doesn't even matter to her. The red flags don't even matter to her. And now she has a feeling that something's going on, but she doesn't really want to know the truth. And even when she does want to know the truth, because she wants all of his time, she's going to attack you like you're the new supply. She's attacking you thinking you're the new. She's going to lie to herself. The bitch is going to lie to herself. Excuse my language, but the bitch is going to lie to herself and tell herself. Because I was a stupid bitch too. You know, I'm just telling you guys, because this is what literally happens to women, because they're so dumb and emotional, and they listen to whatever the man tells them, and you know, they're weak. They're weak. You have sex with them, you feel like they owe you something, and then, you know, they're never going to give you what you feel like they owe you. They're going to breadcrumb you. They're going to sell you a dream. I was that girl. I was dumb. I was dumb as hell. You know, I was probably one of the slowest women out there. You could put me in the slow category, because I wanted the fairy tale. But she's going to feel like you're the new supply. Because that's how I felt. You know, I felt like there has to be someone he's talking to or something. He's acting weird. Because you're not paying attention to the red flags, and then you start paying attention to them. And now you're kind of you're cornering the narcissist now. Or you're basically saying, hey, I'm still not so emotionally invested where I can threaten you to walk away out of the situation. I can threaten you to walk away, and I can stand on my own 2 feet and not look back. See, the new supply, she feels like, yeah, I know something's up, but I'm ready to go. You know, I'm ready to go. I don't want to play. I don't know what kind of game this is, but I'm not playing. So she will leave, and that's when you start seeing the narcissist act very desperate. Like, they don't want nothing to do with you. They're getting up in the middle of the night. They're waking up early in the morning. They're getting dressed. They're like, I have to go and handle business. And you're like, what do you have to do? Oh, why are you questioning me all the time? You know, I have to go fill out this paperwork. I have to go do this. They're making it seem like, but you know, you already feel the desperation in their energy the night before. Like they don't want to be there. Like they're thinking, like their mind is somewhere else. They're facing their phone down. They're on their phone, but they're not on their phone. They're walking outside. They're going to the store real quick. You could tell there's something going on. You know, and you're thinking to yourself, in the morning, they're going to try to take off, and they do. Or sometimes they just get mad at you. Or like me, they see the broken window, and then they just take off on you. Oh, I got to go to work. I'm about to be late. And they leave. And you're sitting there with a broken window. Who's going to pay for my window? You're still baffled. And they're on driving to the new supply's house because they know the new supply is pissed. The new supply thinks that you're the new supply because the narcissist has been around them for months, even a year. And the new supply is thinking, they can't possibly be cheating on me because they spend a lot of time with me. They call me every day on the phone. They're the first people I talk to in the morning. They're the last people I talk to before I go to sleep at night. We're intimate. We go to nice places. We go on nice dates. We spend time at the beach, at the park, picnics and shit, you know. If I need anything, the narcissist is there for me. So they're thinking the narcissist has been playing their cards and taking things slow with them this whole time. And they're like, you know what? Hell no. I'm ready to go all the way in. At this point, now they want the narcissist to basically move into their home. Especially if the narcissist doesn't have their own house or none of that. And the narcissist knows that. Especially if that new supply has a better supply than you, but they have a bigger house, they have more opportunities than you. The narcissist feels like, you know, you might have your house paid off, but that new supply has a nice house. It's not paid off, but it's nicer than yours. The narcissist doesn't care that you're in a better situation than the new supply because they only care about the image. So you might think to yourself, the choices that they're making doesn't make sense, and it's not a logical or reasonable choice. In the long run, for the future, it's not that's not a good investment, basically, because the new supply is going to expect you to help her pay bills. She's going to feel like you're living in her shit and you ain't doing nothing. Or you might run across one of those supplies that feel like, I don't need nothing from a man. The pick-me-shas. I don't need nothing but sex. I'll pay my own bills. Okay, let them do that, because guess what? That new supply is going to get their karma, because the narcissist is going to drain the fuck out of them. All that peak Misha shit, you know. They're going to, oh, I don't need nothing from the narcissist. I'll pay my own. I don't need nothing from my man. The narcissist thinks you're goofy and you're stupid and you're dumb. So you're already lowering your value. So that's how you know the bitch is going to get her karma. It's just the fact that she's lowering her value. You already not getting no respect, because you can't even understand that you stole the happiness of someone else. So guess what, bitch? You're not going to be happy either. The narcissist is going to dog you out. The narcissist is going to save their money and spend it on a new supply. The narcissist is going to go back to the old supply and try to string them along to be the secondary source. The narcissist is not going to have any respect towards you, period. This is why they come back in your life, but they don't stick around, because they don't respect that person. There's something off about that bitch. She's weird. She's weird as hell. And as much as you didn't spot the red flags, the narcissist knows that you're not weird. You're not a weirdo, that you can see through all that shit. That's why they're not messing with you, because you know your value now. They know that new supply doesn't know their value, and that's why they're going to go over there and play games, but it's going to backfire on the narcissist as well as the new supply. And then they're going to fight, and they're going to make each other miserable, and they're going to have good times, just like you did, and they're going to have bad times. You know what I'm saying? But not everyone can handle the narcissist the way you did. So you might have been with them for 10, 20 years, but the pick Misha, she won't be able to handle certain situations. She'll call the police on the narcissist. She'll do things that the narcissist will find as a betrayal. And once she starts getting to that point, she starts calling his family, friends. You know, she starts down talking his family and friends. Once she starts doing all that, calling the cops, even if the narcissist leaves and escapes and they don't end up going to jail or anything because they left the scene of the crime, the narcissist is going to come back, and they're going to make that person's life hell just because of the fact that they even called the police on them. And they're going to think to themselves, I was with someone for 10, 20 years and they didn't do that shit to me. Maybe they did it to me in the end, but it was because I was dogging the shit out of them, and they know they deserved it. But they knew you took a lot of bullshit for years and didn't do anything to them. They knew they got real disrespectful, but the new supply won't be that strong. She'll call the police on him. She'll take his keys away, his car keys, and he'll slap the hell out of her. He'll spit on her. You know? He'll tell her, you know, you don't control me. He don't want to be controlled. He's going to feel like the new supply is trying to control him in a way that you never did. You know? So these people get their karma. The new supply gets her karma. The narcissist gets their karma. And now they're thinking to themselves, I should have just stayed where I was at. You know, life isn't this big party the way I always try to make it seem like. You know, there's consequences, and easy supply and finding people who really give a fuck about you is not as easy as it seems, because people pretend, but that loyalty that they crave won't ever be the same. That's part of their karma, is that loyalty that they want becomes less and less and less with every supply that they get with, until they self-sabotage themselves, and then they look bad, and then they're going from living with their mother to living with their sister, and now they're doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong people, and then they overdose, you know. Some of them just end up getting with supplies that are trash, and then they live a trashy life. And they always feel like they're entitled, even though they look like trash, just like the trash that they end up with. They both on the same level. But in the narcissist's mind, it doesn't matter how low they go. It doesn't matter if they're missing teeth. They still feel like they're the prize. That's part of the disorder, is that they don't see themselves. They can't see themselves. They think they do, but they're delusional. They don't want to look at themselves. A lot of us empaths, we were forced to look at ourselves and our actions. They don't want to do that. They don't do that. These people will die and not apologize to you. These people will die acting like they were the bigger person. They don't care. The narcissist does not care. But guess what? You have a chance at life. You have a chance at having peace in your life. You don't have to worry about being used sexually as a sex puppet whenever this person feels like it. You don't have to get raped by this person. They don't have to rape your body, rape your mouth whenever they feel like it, like you're a cum bucket. They don't have to exploit your finances and your kindness and steal your joy and sabotage you and keep you up at night and make you feel worse when you're already going through situations. You don't have to deal with that. So that's the shit that I'm talking about. That's the karma that they get, is that that's what they have to deal with. With every supply, it's never going to make them feel good. It's never going to make them feel complete. You get me? And that new supply is wasting her time. He's wasting his time because he's not going to be able to change this person. You weren't able to change them no matter how nice you were. All the people they cheated on you with for many years that you didn't even know, you didn't even have a clue how many times they cheated on you, just the times they got caught. If none of those people could have changed them, what makes you think that they're going to change for anyone? The narcissist has to want to change for themselves. And even then, there's this part of them that just does not feel empathy. They don't feel bad for people, and they only live in their own world. They can hear you out. They know what you're feeling because they're feeling it. They just don't give a damn that it's you. They'll stick around to trauma bond with you, but they're not going to help you out because they're the ones who are expecting to be saved. So save yourselves.